Howdy, and welcome to your all levels gentle yoga class designed specifically for you in midlife. Let's get started. If you have some blocks, blankets, bolsters, things of that nature, feel free to grab them and bring them into your space. If not, maybe some household items, cushions and pillows from the couch and the bed can really serve in providing some support. We're going to come into a seated posture. If you have something you can sit on, that would be ideal. It will elevate your hips higher than your knees and allow your back to be more comfortable. Take some of the bind out of the knees. Take a little roll through your shoulders and other direction, and a little shift and wiggle. Inhale nice and tall through the spine. On your exhale, lower chin toward chest and release the jaws here. Couple of slow, steady breaths. Slowly inhale the head back up and exhale right ear toward right shoulder, lengthening the side of the neck, the left side. Maybe the left arm extends or wraps around behind you. You can open and close and shift through the jaws at any time here. Another couple of breaths. And then we'll roll the chin, release the arm. Inhale the head up. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Feel free to shift and find the angle that works best for you. And again, you can move the opposite arm where it feels better, where you're getting that release, and maybe even shift through the jaws. And then we'll roll the chin toward the chest nice and easy. Remove the arm if it's behind you, and gently rock the head side to side. Inhale, bringing ears over shoulders. On your exhale, turn your chin to your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, chin to your right. Inhale back to center. Shrug the shoulders, roll them around. Switch direction. And shift and wiggle. Good. Big inhale, float the arms up. Rotate to your right, lower the arms. Breathe in this spinal twist. Inhale back to center, lift up. Exhale, other side. Inhale through center, float up. Palms meet, a little wiggle and shimmy on the exhale down. Good. And then we'll come off of our prop. Lengthen the legs and give them some movement. A little swish side to side. Ankles get big circles. Other direction. And toes wiggle. Good. Turn the feet toward one another, soles of the feet in toward each other. and then out. All right. And we're coming into a bound angle. So we're going to guide the soles of the feet toward each other. You might lift up your hips and move them around a little bit. You don't need to close the feet like a book. Just let them rest in an open position. Now, depending on your hips, knees, your body, you may benefit from some props here. So maybe blankets, pillows, cushions, whatever you have under the corners of your knees to make this feel more supported. If you have blocks, you can use them. And another way to use your props, if you would like, because we will have the opportunity to come into a forward extension, is to maybe set a couple of blocks or just grab your props and set them across your feet or your legs. So we'll inhale tall, we'll sit here for 3 breaths, and then we'll use that third exhalation to extend the body forward. Making sure that when we come forward, we move from hip creases and not the waist. So, with that third exhalation, if you'd like to extend closer to the legs, it happens from the hip crease. This keeps the waist unbent. So, if we bend at the waist, the low back is unsupported and unprotected. The abs are disengaged. So, when we're tall in the posture, abs are engaged and we extend from our hip creases. Now we're protecting our low back. So you don't have to come forward very much. If the low back is compromised, then just focus on sitting upright, creating the strength and stability in the core to be able to, at some point, maybe come forward. 3 more slow, steady breaths. And then we press into the ground beneath us and stabilize the low belly by drawing it toward the back. Inhale to rise. Take your pause at the top. Notice any sensations. Feel into your body. And then when you're ready, you can move your props and lengthen your legs. Give them some movement. All right. From here, inhale your right knee into your chest, nice and strong. Can keep the foot planted right in front of the hip. Grow tall with your next inhale, and as you exhale, rotate toward your right knee. Return to slow, steady breaths. Bring your mind and your heart into the present moment with your physical body. Noticing when the mind wanders and gently, graciously guiding it back into the present. The inner stillness is just as important as our physical stillness. Another breath here. And then we will gently inhale back to center and release the leg. Inhale your left leg in. Exhale, rotate toward the left leg, shoulders down, neck long. And then we will inhale back to center, pause, and then we'll bend both knees. And we're going to roll the body down. We're really going to open up the back body today. So roll on down. Take a moment to feel the ground underneath you. Ground and set your roots. Connect. And allow one hand to rest over abdomen and one over heart. And take a pause here to check in and notice what your heart desires, what you would like to manifest more of in your life. This might be calm, centering, compassion, confidence, grace, whatever it is for you. Maybe it's to be a better steward of time. And then create a present tense statement in the positive that begins with I am or I feel. An example, I am wise with time. I am confident. I am whole and at peace. Whatever it is for you, create your statement and repeat it silently 3 times in your mind. And then allow that to be an anchor for you through the practice. Maybe repeat it in your mind as a mantra. And from here, we're bringing the arms down alongside the body, keeping the neck long, the shoulders drawn in. Navel toward the spine, and we'll press into our feet to inhale our hips from the ground, reaching them high toward the sky, building a little strength in the glutes and the hamstrings. And we'll lower to a count of 6, 5. Keep extending the tailbone. 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body softens. You can lengthen the legs if you would need that release through the hamstrings. And then reset. Knees are bent, feet are planted, hip distance. Inhale, press the earth away to lift the hips, building strength in the back body, opening the front of the hips and the abs. And we lower to 6. Keep extending as you lower. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in and out. And then one more time. Press into the ground, lift the hips, extend the tailbone, holding. And then we lower to 6, 5. Keep the knees steady and centered. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and let the legs shake out, releasing any tension. And we'll do 3 more, but this time we're bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide in our bound angle position. And we want to keep the spine long. So press into the outer edges of your feet. Inhale your hips from the ground for another hold here. And we lower to 6, 5. Extend the tailbone. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in and out. And then we anchor into the edge of the feet. Inhale to extend and lift. And we lower to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in, breath out. Inhale to lift and extend. Hold. And we lower to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your breath here. And then reset your feet and step them out wide and let your knees swish a little bit. So, with yoga, it's really important that we're also building some strength in our bodies as well as stretching and opening up. We need a balance of both. And then bring the feet in line with the hips. Draw the right knee into the chest. And as you exhale, extend the leg any amount. So if your hamstrings or the back connection in the leg is tight, don't try to reach all the way out through the heel just yet. And we'll come into a knee bend again and extend. You can do this a few more times. If you have a yoga strap or some improvised strap like a tie or a robe tie or a belt, you might have it nearby. And we're going to open this leg a little more. All right. And then once you're ready, then you have some room in the back of your leg. You can use your strap here. Let me show you. And I'm going to have to spin around so I have some space to open the leg. If you're using a strap, you'll take it to the ball or the ridge of the foot, just right where the ball of the foot meets the arch. So try to avoid being in the arch itself. And then we can just draw the toes down to begin with, and this might be more than enough. So this is going to deeply open into the back of the leg. And you can keep the hip and heel alignment if you would like here, or you can move the leg a little further away or a little closer. The closer the leg comes to the body, the more you're stretching the back leg. Toes are down toward the face and the torso, toward the floor. And then see if the leg can come a little closer for the last couple of breaths here. Then we'll inhale the heel over the hip. And on your exhale, you're going to let the right leg open to your right. So if you would like, there are options here. You can use a block or some other cushion under the right arm to help you to maintain the stability, and or you can use your prop under the right leg as you open to the side if you need it there. So if you have a block, they have multiple heights. You can take it higher or lower. As much as possible, reach through the heel, guiding the toes toward the leg, the top of the leg. Kneecap will lift toward the thigh. And then we'll inhale, navel to spine to stabilize your back. Inhale, right leg comes back to center. If you're using a strap, you can take it into the opposite hand, and we're crossing over the body. Now, just for demonstration purposes, if you don't have a strap, you can do everything we're doing without the strap, and you can just hold the leg, right? And take it across. And again, toes are drawing toward the shin. You're actively reaching through the heel. We're not stacking hips here. We're keeping the back of the hips down on the floor. And we're just reaching the leg across whatever amount it will cross the body without shifting the hips. So we're moving toward plow pose today. I want the back of the body really opened up and ready. Good. Couple more breaths. And then navel to spine. Inhale, leg back to center. Exhale in toward the underarm. So we're opening the hip joint here. If you need a little time to ease into that, you can extend and come back down again. When you're ready, keep the knee down toward the underarm, and you can hold anywhere on the foot, toes, or leg that feels right for you. This is half happy baby. Good. Couple of more slow, steady breaths here. Stabilize with pelvic floor and belly. Inhale the leg into the chest. Give it a good squeeze. And on your exhale, now we're going into spiral rotation. So you could lift the hips and slide that left hip underneath you, taking the right leg to the left as much as you're able with right hip stacked on top. Option to have some kind of a prop under the right leg if you would like it there. Shoulder blades are down. Chin is centered or turns right. 2 more breaths. Then we'll inhale the head to center. Ease the leg back over and give it a hug and set it down. Square up your hips. Take a moment to feel the ground underneath you. And then when you're ready, inhale left knee into chest. Have your strap nearby. At some point, we will add it. And then we'll slowly exhale the leg long into the air, gently opening into the back of the leg, hugging in as you're ready for that, and extending, finding a little more room each time. And then if you're ready, you can add the strap, again trying to avoid the arch. And then holding the leg over the hip if that's available, or maybe a little further away if you need more room in the back of the leg. If you're ready for more stretch, you can ease the leg closer to the body on an exhalation, guiding the toes down, keeping the ankle in flexion. Return to your breath, back to your intention, your sankalpa. Maybe you have that mantra. And then we'll inhale the foot back over the hip. Can keep your strap there if you'd like. And we're going to open the leg to the right, or to the left, excuse me. So just opening away from the body. And if you don't have a strap, you can go through this just using your arm to help stabilize the leg. Or maybe you use a block or something of that nature if you have it. Slow, steady breaths here, releasing inner leg. On an inhale, ease the leg back towards center and exhale across the body. We're not stacking hips here. We're just crossing as much as you're able using either a strap or just the body, the leg by itself, maybe using your hands to help. With your next inhale, gently ease the leg back. Stay anchored into your low body. And on your exhale, move your knee down toward your underarm. You can use a strap here or just your hand somewhere on your leg, foot, or toes. Your right leg can be long or bent, whichever feels like the right option for you. And can reconnect with your slow, steady breaths, giving your body space and permission to release anything it doesn't need at this time. Slowly inhale the leg in over the torso. Maybe ease your hips to your left and then exhale right knee down on the right side or left knee on the right side. So this is where we are coming into spinal twist. Left hip is stacked over the right, shoulder blades are down, and maybe your chin turns to your left. And then we will gently inhale back to center. Hug both knees in. And then we're going to gently make our way towards seated. So you can either rock the body up or you can roll to your side and then press up. I'm going to rock. Hands come behind the hamstrings and we rock the body up. We're going into a forward fold here as much as the body allows. So lengthen the spine. And if you're needing props, go ahead and bring them in, or you just want to use them. Exhale to inch the body forward from hip creases, like we did earlier in our bound angle. We want to keep the spine engaged, the abs engaged, and the spine long. So no dumping of the low back. Sit tall, move from the hips versus the waist, and use your props as much as you need. From here, check in with the ankles. Make sure the toes are coming toward the shins, toward the torso. Getting a deeper stretch into the low back. If this is too intense, feel free to keep your knees bent as much as you need. Three more breaths. And then we'll slowly inhale the body up. Pause at the top. Let the hands rest alongside the hips and press down into the ground. Legs are long and strong. Dandasana. And then we'll ease the feet behind us. Come through your tabletop. Take a little shift and wiggle. And we'll start with the knees wide, toes come together, inch the hips back, maybe a little wiggle on your way. Lengthen the arms to really open into the space under the shoulders and melt your heart and your forehead down. Use any props you might need to bring the floor up to you. Slow, deep breaths. If this is uncomfortable in your hips and or your knees, you can ease your hips forward. Use a blanket behind the knees or some pillows or a bolster or something to over the heels to bring the hips to so you're not going as deep. Folded or rolled towels behind the knees can make the knees more comfortable. It creates a pocket of space. Three more slow, deep breaths. Press the floor away as you inhale to lift your head. Ease your body forward enough that you can bring the inner legs toward one another as much as possible. And then ease your hips back over your heels again and melt down for 3 breaths. Closed leg child's pose. On an inhale, press the floor away to lift your head. Ease your hands under your shoulders. So from here, bring one hand to the very top of your head. Just pat the crown of your head. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you pat your head, rub your tummy, and walk all at the same time. Just want to remind everybody where the very top of their head is. And that's what we're bringing to the mat. So as the crown comes down to the mat, you're easing the forehead as close to the knees as you're comfortable with. This is a very deep stretch through the back body. Bring the hands back to the floor if they're not there, keeping them right around shoulder, under the shoulders. This might be all you need. Once your head is down, do not shift through the gaze or the head or neck. So maybe close the eyes so you're not tempted to look around and stay grounded through the crown of your head. No twisting, turning, moving in any way. Stay here or on an inhale, lift your hips from your heels, keeping the head in place, getting a deeper stretch in the spine. You might take your hands to your ankles or your heels or somewhere on your legs. Stay for 3 to 5 breaths if that's available. This is a deep throat lock. It's hard for me to talk to y'all from here. And then once you've had those 3 to 5 breaths, you'll exhale to ease your hips back down. If you want to move your head, bring your hands back to the floor to press into. Lift your head, maybe bring the forehead down. Take a pause and breathe. So that was a headless rabbit, and I'm going to offer you one more opportunity to go back into it if you would like it. But only when you are ready. Core is engaged. Press the floor away. Take the very top of your head to the mat again, the crown. Stay there, or maybe you lift your hips up, bringing them higher away from the heels. Breathing here, maybe hands to the heels or the legs, only if you're safe in your body and your neck. Slow, steady breaths. Exhale brings your hips down, hands come forward. Slowly inhale to bring the head up. Move slowly, keep breathing in. Pause. As you're steady and ready, ease the body weight forward so you're in tabletop, letting the blood flow through the legs. If it feels right for you, you can extend one leg to let that blood flow more freely. And then the other leg. And from here, we're going into a little twist through the shoulders, just to give them a nice stretch. So inhale, the left arm floats up. Exhale, thread it under the right. Come down onto your left shoulder and your left cheek. The left palm is face up or facing the ceiling. You can keep your right hand on the mat, or you can wrap it around behind you. So I'm going to spin around so you can see this pose from the front. That right arm can either stay planted, or if you feel safe in your neck, you might reach it up and wrap it around behind the back. Only if your neck is safe here. The palm of the left hand is open and up toward the sky. And then on your next exhale, lower the right hand back to the floor. Navel towards spine. As you inhale, push the floor away. Unthread the left arm and circle that arm in the shoulder. Other direction. Maybe forward and back, side to side. Okay. And then when you're ready, we will switch. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, thread under the left. Come onto the right shoulder and the right cheek. Avoid any pressure in your neck.
And then you can choose left hand down or wrap around the back. Invite your mind back to the stillness. On an exhale, ease the left arm back down. Inhale, gently rise. Unthread the arm and let it circle around. Other direction. Maybe a little open and close or forward and back, whatever feels like the right range of motion for you. And then neutral spine, take a pause. Hmm. All right, we're going to ease the hips down, sitting bones down. I'm just going to use this bolster that I have overhead, but you could use blocks, cushions, folded or rolled blankets, anything that would be able to catch your feet when you bring them over. So we're going to start with a shoulder stand, and I'll give you a modification with a supported shoulder stand. And from there, when you're comfortable going into shoulder stand, then we can look at going into plow. If you want to watch the demo first, you're more than welcome to. When we're in shoulder stand and in plow, it's the same strong cues for the neck that we had in headless rabbit. No moving of the neck, so the head, the eyes, everything is stationary. So it's helpful to close the eyes just so you're not tempted to look around. We just don't want to strain any of the muscles or connective tissues or create any damage. So when you roll down, you want to have enough room for whatever prop is overhead. Now, you might not need that prop, but it's there. If you are in a space where maybe you could put a folding chair or be where the edge of a couch or a coffee table or something is overhead, that might be another that can be another viable option, or those can be options for the legs. All right, so shoulder stand is hips in the air, but a supported shoulder stand is right here. So you would just bend the knees, lift the hips, slide your block, bring your sacrum and the back of your hips to your block, and bring your feet into the air. And you might try this and go, you know what? This really feels like the right place for me. I'm going to hang out here and just breathe. And if that's what works for you, then that's the way to do it, right? Because yoga is all about honoring your body to honor your practice. When you're ready for more, remove that block because you don't want it in your way. Engage the core, roll the hips up, and bring your hands to the low back, to the back of your hips. From here, you can inch the shoulders a little closer. The neck is long, we're not shifting through the neck. And then your goal here is heels over hips, toes spread. This is a throat lock. So when you're comfortable with shoulder stand, then you can extend one leg overhead and then the other, actively reaching through the heels, coming into a deeper throat lock, pushing out through heels, reconnect with breath. So if you were watching, feel free to ease your body into whatever variation works for you. Beautiful. When you find your pose, hold it for 3 to 5 breaths. And if you're on a prop, you're welcome to stay longer. But if you're holding the shoulder stand or plow, after 3 to 5 breaths, let the hips begin to roll down. And as they come down, let the head and shoulders rise and then come back down. Take a break when you come down. letting everything neutralize, noticing any communications your body is sharing with you, any messages through the sensations and vibrations. It's a great traction. Plow pose is a great traction for the neck and the spine. And then if you'd like to try it again, inhale your hips up. Maybe walk the elbows and the shoulders closer together a little bit. Find plow first, so you're really engaging the abs. Maybe exhale legs overhead. Push out through heels. Keep breathing. When you're ready to lower, exhale. Slowly roll down. Shoulders rise. And then lower back down. Maybe let the knees come into the chest. If you're still in a prop, ease down and come into this knee to chest, double wind removing. And pause and feel. Exhale your feet down to the mat. Pause. And then ease your body to your side for a moment. And gently bring your body upright. No rushes here. If you have a bolster that serves you, you're welcome to use it for this, but I'm going to show you with a blanket because not everybody has a bolster or it just doesn't always feel right. Fold your blanket into a rectangle. Oops. And then short end rolls in. I like to start in the end that either has the the hem, the edge, or the tassels. Okay. So you have this little sushi roll or burrito or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to take it either horizontal or vertical. You choose. It depends on your body and the size of your prop. But we've done all of this core engagement and stretching of the back body, and now we're going to undo some of that just to bring some ease. You could accomplish this with a block as well, but something soft like a blanket or a bolster is just extra restorative and healing. Bend your knees, roll down. You want your prop to be in the low back and or under the hips. So find what feels right for you. And then you can explore the option of lengthening one leg, maybe both legs, just finding what feels right. You might like blocks under your thighs. Letting the whole body soften here. It took a lot of core engagement to come all the way up into shoulder stand and into plow. Letting that release here. And if you're really cozy and would like to continue here for your Shavasana, you are always welcome to do that. It's honoring your body. But for those who are ready to move into traditional Shavasana, you can bend the knees, remove any props underneath the legs, lift your hips to ease your prop out, lengthen the tailbone as you bring the hips back down. Take a moment in this bent knee position just to realign and ground. And then when you're ready, you might lengthen your legs, maybe use a little prop under your thighs or knees, blocks, or even the roll that you had under your waist or your low back. Arms wide and extended, palms open, Shavasana. Allow the whole body to surrender down toward the ground. And feel the ground rise to hold you. Allow your awareness to rest at the tips of your toes and the soles of your feet. And just feel them in space. Notice the edges of them. Maybe there are vibrations within them. And then notice the vibrations of your palms and fingertips. Ease the arms in closer to the body, bend the knees, and set your feet. Hands come to rest on the torso and or the heart. Coming back to your sankalpa that you began your practice with today. Much like a plow is an instrument to toil the dirt, to bring up the roots that need to be removed and prepare the soil for the new plant, the new seeds, right? It's a tool of cultivation. Our yoga practice is a practice of cultivation. It will till up whatever's inside so that we can pull the weeds and discard what we no longer need. And it also prepares our hearts and our minds for what needs to be planted and for what is time to bring forth. So, as you have moved through your practice today with your Sankalpa on your mind and in your heart, they work together in harmony to cultivate what it's time to grow for you. And it's always individual. Whatever you need is going to be different from what I need. Yet the same practice can guide both of us where we need to be. So I just encourage you to come once again to your Sankalpa. Silently repeat it in your mind, feel it in your heart, and let go of anything that is in the way of you moving forward to manifest your heart's desire. Leave that on your mat today. Any old beliefs or thoughts, experiences. Life is a journey, much like yoga. And on that journey, there are times that we pick up pieces of whatever in life that are meant to serve us for a season, and then it's time to let them go. Sometimes we forget to let go, we just keep holding on, and then they get in the way of us actually growing and moving forward. So, with your next exhale, let there be a big, audible sigh and give yourself permission and freedom to let go of what you do not need. You don't even have to know what it is. Just let it go. And then we'll ease our bodies over to our sides. Take a pause to scan through the body and notice how the physical body feels in this moment without judgments, and the mind and the heart. And then we'll slowly ease up towards seated. Big inhale to fill up on the goodness of life. Guide that into your heart, and may we share loving kindness with others. We are all priceless. Namaste. Mm. Thank you all so much. All right. We'll see you all again soon.